Wait, I can pay $5.99 a month, print up to 100 full-page photos, and not have to worry about how much ink I used? Whoa. Buying ink is a pain. It has to be one of my least favorite things, mostly because of the price. I mean, just look at how much this 2-pack from Canon costs. You could almost buy a new printer for that. And while we try to go paperless as much as possible, sometimes you just need a printer. Sure, you can go to your local print shop, but that's not only inconvenient, but can cost you upwards of $1 per page. So when I heard HP's Instant Ink subscription service could save me up to 50% on ink, starting as low as 99 cents a month, and ink is automatically shipped to you when you need it, I was understandably intrigued, but also skeptical as to how much money this would actually save me. For instance, when a brand says things like save up to 50%, they're usually talking about nearly unachievable best case scenarios. So how does Instant Ink work? Well, first you estimate how much you think you'll print in a month and choose a subscription. Anything from 10 pages a month to 700 pages a month for inkjet printers, or 50 to 1500 pages a month for laser printers. Then you just print whatever you want. Each page costs the same no matter if it's color or black and white, text or a photo, which seems like a great deal if you want to print out those recent vacation photos. And if you don't use all of your allotted prints, they roll over to varying degrees based on your subscription, and extra prints cost as little as 10 cents each. You can cancel or change your subscription at any time. Then, when your ink gets low, HP will automatically ship you ink at no extra cost. But what exactly does low mean? Well, according to HP, it will ship replacement cartridges when you still have enough ink to print twice the number of average pages included in your monthly plan. So, assuming your plan is anything close to the actual number of pages you print, you should never run out of ink. So, in theory, it sounds like a great plan. You no longer have to worry about how much photo prints will cost you in ink, and no more emergency rushes to the office supply store. But before we crunch those numbers to see how it compares to buying ink the traditional way, let's take a closer look at the printer itself. So after reaching out to HP, they agreed to send me an Instant Ink compatible printer so I could see how the program works firsthand. Yes, I said Instant Ink compatible. One of the downsides to the program is that not every HP printer is going to qualify. However, the vast majority of printers should work based on the long list of compatible printers listed on HP's website. It's worth noting that if you purchase an HP printer, it may be eligible for a 4 or 6 month Instant Ink trial, which, depending on your usage, could be a huge incentive to sign up for the program. If you already own a compatible printer, you may be able to get a $10 credit towards your Instant Ink subscription. Promos aside, HP sent me their OfficeJet Pro 9015E, which so far, not having owned an HP printer before, I'm pretty impressed with. It's certainly one of the easier printers I've set up in recent years thanks to the printer's touchscreen instructions and the HP Smart app. I got it up and running on my wireless network in just a few minutes with minimal hassle. On this printer, the ink cartridges slide in and click into place, push button style, which is way better than some of the other printers that have plastic brackets or where you have to push the cartridges in so that they click and then you're not actually sure if it's in right. In any case, overall the setup process was incredibly easy. Next, I clicked on the Instant Ink button inside the HP Smart app, set up a username and password, the plan I wanted, and billing information. Once everything's set up, HP will mail you your first set of ink cartridges. It took mine about a week to arrive, and it's worth noting that each shipment comes with prepaid return packaging to recycle your old ink cartridges, which, in terms of environmental responsibility, is a great move by HP. So with setup out of the way, let's crunch those numbers. First, let's look at standalone ink. For my printer, the 3 standard color cartridges are advertised to print up to 700 pages, while the standard black cartridge is advertised to last up to 1,000 pages. So assuming you're printing both color and black and white, you could be printing up to 1,000 pages before you need to replace your cartridges under best case scenarios. That brings our cost per page to approximately 11 cents, but that's going to vary greatly depending on if you're just printing text documents or photos. For photos, your cost per page could theoretically double or triple. Now let's break down the Instant Ink subscriptions. Price breaks occur with every subscription level, ranging from 10 cents a page down to 3 cents a page, no matter what you're printing. So let's say you print no more than 50 pages a month. Assuming they're all documents, it could take you approximately a year to use up one set of cartridges. How much did it cost you for an Instant Ink subscription? Well, assuming you went through the ink in 12 months, it would cost you a grand total of $47.88 with the $3.99 a month subscription. How much would standalone ink cost for the same number of pages? Well, if we take our generous price per page of 11-ish cents from earlier and multiply that by the same 600 pages per year, we come to $62.99. So Instant Ink beats out over-the-counter ink, even if all things were equal. And as we explained earlier, that's one of the big differences. Printing more ink-intensive things like photos with traditional cartridges will cost you more, whereas printing photos with Instant Ink will not. The Instant Ink subscription even beats out all of the remanufactured cartridges I could find online. So not only is the Instant Ink program more convenient, it just makes more financial sense. Now, I know this is a lot of information, and I was initially confused about how the program worked, but once you get your head around it, you'll realize that Instant Ink is 100% worth it. Heck, if you opt for Instant Ink Platinum, they'll include a printer with your subscription, and you can get a new one every 2 years at no additional cost. I mean, sounds like a good deal to me. If you want to check out Instant Ink or Instant Ink Platinum for yourself, I'll drop a link in the description below. Anytime you use one of my links to make a purchase, you help support the channel. Or just hit that thanks button under the video. You know, buy me a coffee or something. And if you found this video helpful in any way, shape, or form, be sure to hit subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss any of my future reviews. If you want to find me elsewhere on the interwebs, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.